What you doing, Freddy? What you doing in my bed, boy? What are you doing in my bed? What are you doing? You're a naughty boy. You are a naughty boy, aren't you? You are cute, so I'm not even going to kick you out. I'm not even going to kick you out. Alright, boys and girls, you've read the thumbnail, you've read the title. We're selling the entire game collection. It's all gonna go. Every single one of my games is getting sold. I'm an emulation guy now. I emulate all my games. Obviously, I'm joking, guys, alright? I've clickbaited you, I'm sorry. I had to do it, alright? I had to do it for the views. I bet you I get an extra, I don't know, 5 views or something on this channel.
It was worth it!
So yeah, I'm not gonna be selling off my entire game collection, guys, but I probably will be selling a couple of them. The purpose of today's video is I'm gonna go through all of my games, like literally all of them, and just decide whether or not I want them. Obviously, I've been game collecting now for a good few years, and there's always going to be a couple of games that I bought at the time and thought, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to play that, and then I don't play it, or I didn't like it, or whatever it might be. My shelves are getting fuller and fuller, okay? I've got more and more games coming in all the time, and I need to make space for games, alright? I can't just be collecting forever, and, you know, where am I going to put it all? So pretty much, guys, I'm just going to be going through my games, okay, and making sure they are games that I either want to play, have played and really enjoyed, or just want to keep for whatever reason, okay? I don't want to have any games on my shelves that are there just to be there. I'm not an all killer, no filler guy. There's going to be a few games on my shelf that aren't 10 out of 10s, but I do want the majority of my games to be decent at least. So yeah, hopefully you guys find this video interesting. Obviously, it's a bit different to what I'd normally do on the channel. I don't do this sort of thing very regularly, but yeah, I thought I'd take you along for the ride. Anyway, guys, we'll start off with this first shelf, okay? Because this should be pretty easy, because these are all good games, okay? Every single one of these games on this shelf are good, so we're not going to have any issues here. This is all staying. I literally made a shelf of games that I just really like the covers for, so every single one of these covers I think is really awesome. Like if you take Predator Concrete Jungle, it's not really focusing very well, but this game is freaking awesome, and the cover is 10 out of 10 in my opinion. If it will, I mean, you guys can't even hardly see it because it's just not focusing. Just take my word for it. It's a really cool cover. Mad World as well. That's an awesome cover. The focus is even worse now. There we go, boys. Look at how beautiful that cover is. And then you got the Steelbook for Resident Evil 4. I love that thing. Guilty Gear as well has an awesome cover. So yeah, basically all of these games are staying. I like all of these games and the covers are cool. Right, moving on then, guys, let's come over to the Nintendo shelf. My Nintendo collection for the most part is actually pretty small. Don't have too many Nintendo games. I'm not like a huge Nintendo collector. I'm a PlayStation guy at heart, so I like Nintendo, but I'm not like, you know, I'm not as massive on it, if that makes sense. So first of all, guys, you've got Metroid Dread like Collector's Edition. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really love Metroid Dread. It's not a game I massively love. I want to come back to it and give it a second chance, but when I played it, I didn't like it. But this was a gift, okay? This was a Christmas gift from my uncle, so yeah, that's not going anywhere. Nintendo Wii, we've got FIFA 10. I mean, you know, it's FIFA, but it is really fun on the Wii. Like, it's really different to regular FIFA, so that's really fun. Most of the games I've got on the Wii are all exclusives, and a lot of light gun shooters as well. I don't have a huge Wii collection, but I do love my my light gun shooters, so House of the Dead here, that is awesome. Another really good one here is Dead Space Extraction. That's an absolutely fantastic game. If you like Dead Space, you got to play that one. So yeah, my Wii collection is already pretty much all killer, no filler anyway. There's a couple of games here that maybe aren't the best, like Red Steel. It's not terrible, but it's not amazing either. It's a bit mid. I am going to keep it though, because I didn't hate it. Conduit, I haven't played yet, but I've heard that's good. The GameCube collection is already like tiny. It's all exclusives except for one game, and that is Beyond Good and Evil. I actually really wanted this game for the PS2. The problem is I could not find this game anywhere. Like, it was like the rarest game ever for me for some reason. Of course, now that I've got it for the GameCube, I see it all the freaking time for PS2, but back in the day, I just couldn't find it, and it was pretty cheap on PS2 as well. The GameCube version is not cheap. But yeah, I just really wanted to play this game, guys, and I kept seeing it for the GameCube and never the PS2, so I caved in. I said, you know what, I'll just get the GameCube version, and I've played it, I loved it, and I kind of got attachment to the GameCube version now, so I'm not going to swap it over. The rest of these games are all exclusives. Okay, Godzilla, that's an awesome game, really like that one. Luigi's Mansion, you can't go wrong with Luigi's Mansion. Okay then, boys and girls, moving on to the Game Boy collection. These are all custom-made covers, okay? I make my own covers for Game Boy, because buying box Game Boy is so expensive.
Over $1.2 billion.
I literally buy all of the games unboxed, and I go to charity shops and pick up like old cassette tapes. They just make the custom covers, and boom, you've got your own little Game Boy cases. And I've got some pretty good games on the Game Boy. I've got Kirby's Dream Land there, which I love. We got a cheeky little cheeky little Godzilla for the Game Boy. This one here is really good. Okay, I love me some Aliens Thanatos. This game was fantastic. This one, I mean, it's a classic, of course, Miss Pac-Man. I really am addicted to this game. I play it all the time. But yeah, as far as I can tell, guys, there's nothing really for the Game Boy that I want to get rid of. It's all pretty much killer and no filler. There's a few like not so great games here that I don't absolutely love, like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater as an example, because this, not that one. That one is really good. This one, this is different to the regular Tony Hawk. It's just a completely different game. But because I really love Tony Hawk's, I kind of want to get a complete Tony Hawk collection, even the Game Boy version. So I'm gonna keep that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be keeping all of these guys because honestly, it's not really any games here that I'd want to get rid of. I think I want to keep them all. There's one here like Star Wars, for example. I did not like this game at all. But the thing is, I am collecting Star Wars games. I'm not gonna be going for a complete Star Wars game collection because there's so many games for Star Wars, okay, on so many different consoles. But if the games are affordable, okay, and I've got the consoles and I do want to get them, okay, even the bad ones. Okay then, boys and girls, moving on to the 3DS collection. I've got a tiny 3DS collection. Now, I don't massively love the 3DS, but I don't dislike it either. There's some good games on here, but it's not my favorite console, and that's why my collection's pretty small. And despite my small collection, guys, there is a couple of games here that I think I'm gonna get rid of. So first of all, the Mario games, they're staying, okay, they're not going anywhere. Luigi's Mansion 2, Kirby, they're staying. I love the Kirby games on 3DS, especially this one. All right, Planet Robot is a banger. The games I want to get rid of, though, guys, are going to be these two at the end. Okay, Rayman 3D, I just feel like I'll play it on PS2. I've got Rayman 2 on PS2 already, so I don't really feel like I need this version. The other game I wouldn't mind getting rid of, guys, is Sonic Generations. I bought this game thinking that it was exactly the same as the PS3 version. I was wrong, though, guys. It's definitely not the same as the PS3 version. I've played it on PS3, and I really love this game, but I don't feel like I need two copies. Okay, guys, moving on to the regular DS. I absolutely love the regular DS, so let's go through it. Okay, the bottom shelf is pretty much all gonna stay because this is all nostalgia games, like pretty much like The Incredibles, Rise of the Underminer, for example. Not a great game by any means, but I've got like really fond nostalgia of that. Another one as well, guys, Miami Crisis. Definitely not a bad game, and also not too cheap. I paid about 20 quid for that game, so it's not cheap, but I've got really fond memories of that. Like as a kid, I picked it up from HMV for like a couple quid when I was little. Well, not that little, I would have been about, I don't know, 10 or 11. And I've just got really good nostalgia of playing that game when I was younger. Another one here, guys, Call of Duty Black Ops. This is my original copy. I didn't have a PS3 when I was a teenager at first. I got it really late, so I ended up playing this game on DS before I played it on PS3, and I loved it on DS. I thought it was really fun. It's got its own like campaign, it's got zombies and stuff. It's actually not terrible. I was super into Star Wars when I was younger, so I've got a lot of Star Wars games on the DS, like Force Unleashed. I mean, I'm still a big fan of Star Wars now, but you know, I was really into it when I was sort of 11 or 12. Oh, this one isn't good. Okay, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. Not a good game at all, but I do have nostalgia. Okay, guys, above that, there's nothing here that's like childhood games. I think everything here, I mean, actually, tell a lie, there's one. Professor Layton I had as a kid, but this is a great game anyway. I wouldn't sell it even if I didn't have that as a kid. So yeah, the first game that I'm noticing is Godzilla Unleashed. Not a good game, okay? Honestly, it's pretty terrible. I do not like this game, but I just like Godzilla. I'm a big fan of Godzilla, so I'm just gonna keep all of my Godzilla games, even the bad ones. We got some bangers in here for sure, though, guys. All right, Alien Infestation, that's a banger. Inazuma 11 is a banger. This one right here, guys, is terrible, okay? Tony Hawk's Motion, but I'm a big fan of Tony Hawk, so again, I kind of want to collect all the Tony Hawk's games, even the bad ones. The Phoenix Wright games, I love Phoenix Wright. I haven't played the third one yet, but the first and second one, I really enjoy, especially the first one. There's a couple of recent pickups here, guys, like this Buster Move. That was a recent pickup. I played a bit of that, actually. It's really fun. We've got Assassin's Creed. I need to play that. I think I'm going to play that very soon. Castlevania DS. That one is one that I picked up recently. Not cheap. Definitely not cheap. Cooking Mama, guys. I like this game. I really like Cooking Mama. It's underrated.
I'm such a goat. Oh, my God.
And then there's a couple of American games here. We got Kirby there, which, of course, you got to love a bit of Kirby. And then 999. This game annoyed me, all right, because I got a really bad ending on it and I had to start the whole game again, and I haven't played it since. Okay, guys, now we move on to Nintendo Switch games, okay, and I've got to be honest, there's a few Nintendo Switch games I wouldn't mind moving on. There's actually quite a few, so I'm going to take them all out and go through them. I really love the Nintendo Switch, but there's a couple of games that I bought, and at the time I thought, oh yeah, I'll definitely play that portably, and now I'm like, do I need that? Do I need two copies of that? You know, probably not. Okay, guys, so let's start off here. Okay, so Sea of Stars, no, that's definitely not going anywhere. That's a banger. Ape Out, that's not going anywhere. No More Heroes 1 and 2, they're staying, definitely. Trek to Yomi, I really like that game, to be fair. Not the best, but I really did enjoy it. Redeemer, that's not going anywhere. That's awesome. This is a recent pickup. I've not played that one yet. Same with that. That's recent. Haven't played that. Haven't played this either. This is quite recent. Untitled Goose Game. Gunvolt, another. These are all like recent pickups, I think. Kunai, I've had this game for a while. Not played it though. Same with this one here, guys. Okay, Sakuna Rice. Was that Sakuna of Rice and Ruin? Yeah, it looks fun. I've never played it though. I think it's an RPG. I think that's why I've been putting that one off a little bit. Captain Tsubasa. Yeah, not played that, but I like football, so I'm sure I'll like that. I like anime as well. Celeste, this is an awesome game. I absolutely love a bit of Celeste. That's definitely staying. No Straight Roads, not played that. That's still sealed actually. So I've had that for a while. Hotline Miami, I love Hotline Miami, so that's not going anywhere. Hunt Down, that is honestly so underrated. This game is absolutely fantastic. Brad Rogers here, I've played a little bit of this game. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it, so I'm going to keep that. Kirby, this is a fantastic game. Gotta love a bit of that. Okay, here we go then, boys. So BioShock, the collection. Now, the thing is, I've got this game for the PS4. Do I need the Switch version? Probably not. I just don't need a portable version of BioShock. It's not the type of game I'd want to play portably, to be honest. I don't really know why I bought that, so I think I'm going to get rid of that. Next up, we've got Signalis, guys. That's a fantastic game. Definitely not selling that. My Friend Pedro is awesome. This one's interesting, okay, so Crash Team Racing. This is a game that I have played all the way through on Nintendo Switch portably, and I enjoyed it, but I do prefer the PS1 version, so I am going to get rid of that. Next up, we've got the Crash Bandicoot Trilogy. I've got this on PS4, but I want the Switch version as well, because I do like playing that portably. This game is good, Yooka-Laylee. I got stuck on the very last level. The impossible lair part of this game is so hard, so I got stuck on it, but it's a good game. Cuphead, I fucking love Cuphead. One of my favourite games of all time. Love a bit of Cuphead. This one, okay, so Doom. I bought this game thinking that all of these games would be on the cartridge, and literally none of them are on the cartridge. They're all download codes except for Doom 2016. So to be honest with you guys, I think I'm just going to get rid of that, okay? I'll keep Doom 2016 for the PS4, because that's the better way to play the game, and I'll just use the download code, so I think that makes sense. Next up, we've got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. I love Tony Hawk's, so having a portable version of that game I absolutely want. Ghost Runner, this is actually how I originally played this game. I've got it on PS5 as well, but I've played this game a few times on Switch, so I've got fond memories. This is a great, well no, I haven't played this one actually, tell a lie. This one is really good though. I've played that one, and that one is brilliant. I need to play Will of the Wisps. I hope I like it. Next up, guys, we've got Bayonetta 3, really good game. Bayonetta 2 is even better, so they're not going anywhere. Breath of the Wild, of course, it's an absolute classic. This one's an interesting one, guys. I've had it for ages because I bought it after I played Breath of the Wild, but I just haven't played it. It's been sat in my collection for years, and I've never really felt tempted to play it. I think I probably should keep it, but I'm on the fence. I definitely could get rid of it, and I wouldn't lose sleep over it. But I'm going to keep it, honestly, because I might change my mind. I'll just keep hold of that. Luigi's Mansion 3, guys, I'm actually playing at the minute. This is going to be on one of my Games I Played episodes. This is a brilliant game. I absolutely adore it. What else have we got? Donkey Kong, that's a banger. Captain Toad, banger. Mario Kart 8. Now, here's the thing with this game, guys. It is a banger, don't get me wrong. It is a great game. But whenever I play this game, it's with friends, okay? I always play this game, like with my brother, for example, or my mates. But all of my mates and my brother have this game already. So, do I need my own version of it? Probably not. So honestly, I'm going to get rid of that because there's no point. I've never played this game even once on my own. So there's not a lot of point having that. This one here, boys, 3D All-Stars. I just love all three of these games. Especially Mario Sunshine. I'm a big fan of Mario Sunshine. I think that game is underrated. Mario Odyssey is quite simply the greatest Mario game of all time. That's just my opinion. This one here is good as well, so that's not going anywhere. Little Nightmares 2. Again, I've got it on PS4. Do I need the Switch version? I'm on the fence because I wouldn't mind playing this game portably, but do I need it?
We don't need them.
I'm gonna put it in the sell pile. And the same with the first one. I've actually played this game on the Switch. I've played it on PS4 and Switch. I've beaten it on both consoles. But I'll keep the PS4 version. Hot Wheels Unleashed. This game is actually not bad. Like, it's actually really fun. I honestly really like that game, so that's gonna stay. Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that. I've got it on PS4. I don't need it for the Switch. It's just not a lot of point having that. Metroid Dread, we've gone through that. Not my favorite game in the world, but it was a gift. Ni no Kuni's a game I've had for ages. I definitely want to play this game, and I'm going to keep it. I will play it eventually. Catherine, I've got this on PS4. I've got it on Switch. Do I need the Switch version? I don't know, actually, because this is the type of game I would play portably. Like, it's not a very, I mean, it's not a short game, but it is a game you can beat in about 10 hours. So if I ever go camping or go on a trip or whatever it might be, I would like to have that game, so I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep that one. Astral Chain, I've not played that yet. Don't know why. I need to. I've heard it's really good. Spyro, I've got it on PS1. I've got all of these games on PS1. I've played the first two on PS1. I've not played the third one yet. Do I need it for the Switch? I don't have it on PS4. This is the only version of the remakes I've got. But I'm going to get rid of it, because if I'm going to play the Spyro games, I'm going to play the originals, honestly. And then the final Switch game I've got, guys, is Alex Kidd. I haven't played this yet, but I reckon I'll like this game, so I'm going to keep that one. So that's it then, boy. There's quite a few games for the Switch I've gotten rid of there. How many games is that? That frees up a lot of space on my shelf. 5, 6, 7... 8 games there. That's a lot of games, alright? So I'm probably going to get a fair bit of, fair chunk of change for all of that, because the Switch does retain its value. I feel a little bit guilty selling some of these games, like, I don't know, not guilty, guilty is the wrong word, but, kind of like part of me thinks maybe I should keep the Little Nightmares games, especially the first one, because I have played it on Switch, I beat it on Switch, I enjoyed it on Switch, but the PS4 version is better, and I don't need it portably, that's the thing. Same with Little Nightmares 2, I haven't played the second one on Switch, played it on PS4, love it on PS4, just don't need it though, do I? I don't need 2 copies. Okay guys, moving on to the PS5, now this is a bit of a tricky one, because there's definitely a few games I could let go of. Let's just go through the ones I'm definitely keeping, okay? Wulong, love that game, not selling that. Robocop, again, love that game. Klonoa, I still need to play the second one, it's not the best game ever, but I do like it. Dying Light 2, I don't love Dying Light 2. I didn't dislike it. It was decent. I played it. I finished it. Do I want to play it again? I'll keep it. I'll keep it for now. I'll keep it for now. This is a recent pickup, guys. You pretty saw this in one of my most recent videos. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I'm going to keep that. I haven't played that yet. Alan Wake. I bought this game really cheap. Like, I got this game for like a tenner, and it's quite expensive now. It's gone up in price quite a bit, so I haven't played it yet, but that's definitely staying. This one here, guys. Now, I like this game. All right, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I like the game. The problem I have with it, guys, I don't know where it says it. You can't really see it because it's not really focusing, but it says download required. You can't play this game without downloading it. So basically, in 10 years' time, if EA decide to shut the servers down for this game, you won't ever be able to play it.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
It's not a game I can see myself revisiting anytime soon. I have beaten it. It's decent. I prefer the first one, honestly. I'm going to get rid of it, though, because on it, like, there's no point. Like, if I can't play this game forever, then I don't see the point of having a physical copy. Next up, guys, Aliens Fireteam Elite. I think that game is really good, underrated game, honestly. Neon White, this game is fantastic. The story is not good, but the gameplay is phenomenal. We've got Stellar Blade there, guys, fantastic game. Ratchet and Clank, Stray, God of War, Ghost Runner 1 and 2. Elden Ring's a tricky one, guys. Obviously, it's an amazing game, don't get me wrong. I love this game. I've beaten it. It's phenomenal. I'm not really big on the Dark Souls games. I'm a huge Sekiro fan. Sekiro is my favorite game of all time, but I don't really love Dark Souls, and Elden Ring obviously plays much more similar to Dark Souls than it does Sekiro. The problem is, guys, am I going to revisit this game? Am I going to replay it? And the honest answer is I'm not sure. Like, maybe I'll replay it, but I'm not going to rush to replay it because it was stressful. I think it trades for quite a bit, so I could sell this game, and if I ever felt like replaying it again, I could always buy it later. So I'm on the fence. I haven't played the DLC yet. I don't really plan on playing it either, because again, the stress of it, I've heard it's super hard. Oh, I'm on the fence here. I think I'm going to get rid of it, guys. Like, it's a really great game, do not get me wrong. It is absolutely fantastic, but I've beaten it, I've beaten it. It was hard. I've been through the stress, and I don't really feel like revisiting that stress. Sekiro is a game I can come back to again and again and again, but I don't really feel like doing that with Elden Ring. This one right here, guys, Ghostwire Tokyo, decent game. I really enjoyed it when I first started playing it, and I did eventually get a little bit bored of it. I finished it. It was okay. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know if this one actually trades for anything decent. If it trades for, I don't know, £8 to £10, I will get rid of that because I'm just not in a rush to play it again. It's okay, but not that good. Ken & Bridge of Spirits, this game is phenomenal, so underrated, I love that game. And then Shadow Warrior 3 is definitely not going anywhere. Through the middle here, guys, we've got Plague Tale, which is awesome. The Quarry is, it's not the best game ever, but it's definitely the kind of game I would like to play on Halloween, so I'll keep hold of that. I haven't played this yet, Yakuza Like a Dragon. I want to. I'm working my way through the Yakuza games, and I will get to that eventually. Callisto Protocol, underrated. I do not understand the hate this game got. Is it the most perfect game ever made? Obviously not, but I think it's fun as hell. I really enjoyed this. AEW Fight Forever. I'm a freaking idiot. I bought this game day one. It's so cheap now. I don't know. I played the career mode a few times, and I just got bored because there's not a lot to do on the game. I'm not going to sell it because, honestly, I shouldn't have bought it. This one's an interesting one, guys. Okay, Horizon Forbidden West. Do I hate this game? No. Do I love this game? No. I'm sort of on, like, the gameplay is really good. I do not care for the story. I do not care for the characters. They are so wooden. They are so mid. I just don't like the story at all. Again, this is one that I could definitely let go of if the trade value is decent. I'm just not really a big fan of the Horizon games. I don't hate them, but I don't love them either. We've got a couple of Call of Duties there, guys. I'll keep hold of them. Bramble King, need to play that. Haven't played that one yet. Sifu is an awesome game. Definitely not selling that. Resident Evils are going to stay. This one's an interesting one, guys. Okay, Spider-Man 2. I like this game. I definitely don't hate it, but I don't love it either. I don't think it's that good. I think it's okay. I definitely prefer the first Spider-Man out of the two. Like, Spider-Man, like, on the PS4 was way better in my opinion. Miles Morales as well. That's another one there. I like it, but do I love it? Not really. Don't love it. I could easily get rid of both of these if they were trading for decent money, because I'm not in a rush to replay them, honestly. Like, certainly not Miles Morales. The only reason I kind of want to keep this game is that I wouldn't mind doing a best and worst Spider-Man games video. You know, so I would like to have the physical copy just to display in the video and show, but I don't need it. You know, I've played it, I've beaten it, I could talk about it. I've got enough that I could talk about. I don't need to revisit it again. But he'd probably trade for quite a bit. If I could get like 30 odd quid for that, then that would be alright, because I'm not gonna play it again anytime soon, if ever. This is a bit of a guilty pleasure for me, guys. I actually quite enjoy some of the Life is Strange games, so I'm gonna keep hold of that. I actually don't hate that game. Hitman 3, I like it. Do I need to revisit it? Probably not. Again, if the trade value was decent, I'd be willing to get rid of it. But at the same time, it was a good-ass game. Like, I didn't hate it. It's just, like, the thing is with PS5, because it's current gen, like, if you're not going to play the game, there's not a lot of point keeping it, because, you know, give it 5 years, these games will be half the price that, you know, what they are now. There are games like Evil West that I really enjoyed, and I could see myself revisiting, so I'm not going to get rid of it. You know, games like RoboCop, I'm not going to say I will play it, definitely, but I could play it again, you know, I'd be up for it. I can almost guarantee I'll replay Neon White, and games like Ghost Runner as well. Like, I'm gonna revisit those games because they're just awesome. God of War Ragnarok as well. Like, it's such a great game. I probably will play that again in a few years' time. So yeah, I think Hitman 3 is gonna join this pile here, guys. This is the pile of, if it trades, I'll sell it. If it doesn't, I'll keep it. And I'm gonna have a separate pile here. Right, Horizon, you're going to go in that pile. Ghostwire, you're going to go in that pile. That's the definitely selling pile, and that is the, if it sells, I'll trade. So we've got quite a few games, lads. A lot more than I thought, honestly. Okay, guys, moving on to the PS1. I'm not going to lie, this is super difficult to film because it's on my top shelf. So let's try and do this as quickly as possible. So we've got a couple of Star Wars games there. I'm not getting rid of any Star Wars games. Ballistic, I love that game. Area 51, Skull Monkeys. That game is really, I got that game for £30. And it's like mint condition pretty much. It's in really nice condition. It's like a £70 game now. Easy money! I love Resident Evil 2 and 3, so they're definitely not going anywhere. Dino Crisis. Okay, yeah, I want to keep all of those games. Hard Edge, Ape Escape, Tenchu. So yeah, all of those games there, guys, like, if I've played them, I like them, and if I haven't played them, I want to play them. The only games that are maybe a little bit suspect are games like Blade. I didn't love Blade, I'll be honest, but I like Blade the movie, so I'm going to keep it. The Star Wars games as well. Star Wars Phantom Menace is not a great game on the PS1, but I just like Star Wars, so I want to keep it. Next up, guys, we've got the FIFAs there. Not going to lie, I've collected all the FIFAs up to a certain point, so from 96 to, I think, maybe FIFA 2023 maybe, or 22. I can't remember when I stopped collecting them physically. I just buy them digitally now because you get the early access, and you know, I kind of need to pre-order them and get the early access. For those that don't know, this isn't my main channel. I do have a FIFA channel, so obviously I've got to play them early. We got the WWE games, or the WWF games actually. This game here, WWF In Your House, real childhood nostalgia with that one. I loved this game as a kid. Quite a few of these games are actually like childhood games, like Army Men 3D, that's a game I had as a kid. Is it a game I need to play right now? Probably not. This game is not great, okay? Eminem Shell Shocked is basically Crash Bandicoot clone, but again, I've got childhood nostalgia for that. Rugrats, Search of Reptar, loved that game as a kid. Of course, you got games like the original GTA, so you can't get rid of that. Silent Hill, of course, is an absolute banger as well. You've got to love a bit of Spyro. Of course, you've got to have some Crash Bandicoot games. You've got to have Metal Gear Solid, the Tekken games as well. Absolutely love Worms, the original. Love that game. Rayman as well. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I want to keep all of my PS1 games. There's nothing there I want to get rid of. Anything that's not the best is probably a childhood nostalgia game. Okay then, boys, moving on to the PS2. My PS2 collection is just ridiculous, okay? So yeah, this could take a while. I'm not going to go through them individually like I did with I was a bit more like I was a bit more expensive with like the Switch and PS5 because I knew there was games that I do want to get rid of. I'm pretty happy with my PS2 collection, honestly. There's not a lot here I want to get rid of, so I'll go through it briefly. What have we got then, boys? Black, I love that game. James Bond, Dead or Alive. Yeah, I think this is all good. Star Wars, I want to keep all of those. Jak and Daxter. Some Spider-Man games. Tony Hawk, I love Tony Hawk's, obviously, so none of those are going anywhere. Yeah, okay, all good on that first row. Silent Hill 2 and 3, they're not going anywhere. Zone of the Enders, Metal Gear Solid, Grand Theft Auto. Now, I could get rid of these two right here, guys. Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories, because I do have them on PSP, and I would prefer to play them on PSP. The only reason I want to keep them for PS2 is I picked them up really cheap. Vice City Stories is like a £15 game. I got a game for like £2 in a shop. I couldn't believe it. We got the Onimusha games as well, guys. Onimusha Warlords is fantastic. Still need to play Onimusha 2, 3, and 4. Ape Escape 2 there, Tekken 4 and 5. Now, Death by Degrees is an interesting one because it does sell for quite a bit of money, and it's definitely not worth the price it sells for. It's like a £50 game. It's okay, it's just not the best. The only reason I am going to keep it though, guys, is I do have a complete Tekken collection. I literally have every single Tekken release on console, and it technically is a Tekken game, isn't it? Like, it's not really, but it is. It's a Tekken spin-off, so I'm going to count it. So I want to keep that just because I've got the complete collection. Gungrave, I haven't played that yet, but I've heard it's good. Kingdom Hearts, gotta love a bit of Kingdom Hearts. Killer 7, Obscure, Haunted. Okay, so this is like my little pile of really rare PS2 games. So Haunting Grounds, Kuon, Rule of Rose, which is quite a recent pickup. Blood Will Tell, that's not a cheap game. Demolition Girl is, I mean, it's not too expensive, but it is sort of 40 to 50 pounds, I think. Mr. Mosquito as well is about 50 to 60. So yeah, that's like all my sort of rarer PS2 games. I haven't played any of those games yet. I think I picked most of those games up this year. So I need to sit down and play those, and obviously they are quite collectible, so I don't think I would sell them anyway. Cold Fear was a recent pickup. I want to play that. This game is so underrated, guys. Genji is so good. If you like samurai games, play that. It's honestly ridiculously good. That's a good one as well. Urban Chaos, absolutely banger first-person shooter right there. We've got my original copy of Bully, guys. I absolutely love Bully. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and that's my original copies. Of course, I'm keeping that one. Fight for New York. That's a pretty pricey game these days for some reason. It's not rare. You know, I see it all the time, but yeah, it's quite pricey. Manhunt. That's a fucked up game to say the least. Godzilla. Yeah, that's going to stay. The Hulk. The Hulk, I've heard, is not the best game in the world, but I will probably play that for a video one day on like a, you know, some sort of Marvel games video, so that will stay. Midnight Club 2 and 3. I don't have the first Midnight Club. I used to. I didn't really love it, to be honest, so I got rid of it.
Are you crying, bro?
Red Ninja. That's not a great game. Like, I could easily get rid of that one. But I didn't hate it, you know, it wasn't terrible, it just was a bit mid. I was expecting it to be better. I finished it, so I'll keep it, and it's not a bad game. Oni, this is a game I've always wanted to get into. I've never gotten into it. I love that front cover. It looks like Ghost in the Shell, like, you know, sort of aesthetic. It looks so cool. but I've never given it like a more than a few minutes on it. I've never played it properly. We've got Shadow of Rome here, guys. I heard this game was so good. Like, everyone I hear tells me this is the most underrated game ever. It's so good. I played it myself, and I didn't love it, but I kind of want to give it a second chance, because I didn't hate it, but I did expect it to be better, so I'm going to come back to that game one day. We've got some Disney games here that aren't the best games ever, like Disney's Donald Duck Quack Attack. I don't know why, I just feel like I'll enjoy that game. It might be terrible, but I don't know. This one here, guys, was actually, I think, my first ever PS2 game that I owned. I bought this game from Toys R Us, alright? I didn't even have a PS2, it was my older brother's PS2. I still had the PS1, but I bought this game because I just thought it looked cool. We got Crazy Taxi here, guys. Now, this is a game I could get rid of, because I don't think Crazy Taxi is that good. I think it's a bit overrated, honestly. I think it's alright, but it's not that good. I actually prefer Simpsons Road Rage, honestly. So I could get rid of Crazy Taxi, but I don't hate it. Like, it's not a bad game. Oh, I don't know. I'll keep hold of it, because like I said, I do like it. It's just, I do think it's a bit overrated, personally. This is a weird one here, guys, okay? State of Emergency. It's not a game I love. It's definitely a weird one, though. It's definitely a strange little game. It's, like, really, really violent, honestly. We've got some Batman games there. I do collect the Batman games. SpongeBob games as well. Got quite a few of those. I absolutely love Battle for Bikini Bottom. This is my original childhood copy. This game is so good. We got Rocket Power. Now, this is probably a shit game, but I had it as a kid, so I bought it. It was only a few pounds, and I was like, oh, I remember that game as a kid, so I picked it up. I'm sure it's not very good. Lord of the Rings. We got the trilogy there, guys. Now, this is one I could get rid of, because this game, I haven't played it, but I've looked at gameplay and it doesn't look amazing. The ones that are really good, like Lord of the Rings games, are these two, alright? Like, the Two Towers is a banger, and so is Return of the King. Like, these two right here are absolutely banging games, alright? And I kind of just got that one because it completes the trilogy, if you like, but it's not even, it's like, they're completely different games. These two right here are similar. That one isn't, like, by the looks of it. So I'll give it a chance before I sell it, but there's a good chance that will get sold one day. Okay, guys, moving on. Okay, I'm going to move some of my things out of the way so we can see what we're looking at. Just move that down below. There we go. Awesome. Right, let's have a look then, boys. So we've got the WWE games. These are all childhood nostalgia games. The only one that I didn't have as a kid, or I did have it, but I just didn't really play it that much, was 2008. I didn't hate it, but I just didn't love it. Didn't play this one that much. I actually had the game on DS as well as PS2, and I actually played the DS one a lot more, but you can't have SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 and then skip a year. Like, you gotta have it, so I'm gonna keep that. This is definitely a series I could see myself getting rid of, guys. Okay, the Hitman games for the PS2. I tried getting into Blood Money, and I didn't play it for very long, which is why I'm not going to get rid of these games, because I might turn around and say, actually, that was really fun. But yeah, from what I played of Blood Money, it wasn't the best, so I reckon there's a decent chance these will go, okay? These Hitman games could definitely go. And this is a weird one here, guys, I could definitely get rid of. Okay, Teen Titans. This game actually sells for quite a lot of money, and the only reason I have this game is it was actually my little brother's, and he didn't want it, so I said if I could have it, and he said yes. I looked at the price, I was like, oh wow, it sells for a bit, I could trade it, but I figured, you know what, I'll just keep hold of it. And if I ever watch Teen Titans one day, this game will be awesome and I'll play it, but I've never watched Teen Titans, so I don't know if I'll ever get around to playing that, but I am going to keep it. Okay, guys, I think I found my first PS2 game I'm going to get rid of, alright? I've gone through all of these games, and this is the only one so far. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I think this game is so overrated. It's not bad, but I do not think it's that good. I tried and tried and tried to get into this game, guys, and I just couldn't get into it. So you know what? I'm gonna get rid of that one, because I really would be surprised if I ever play that game again. This is one I could definitely get rid of, guys. Sonic Mega Collection. I just don't need this game. Like, if I'm gonna play the Sonic games, I'll probably play them on Mega Drive. The thing is, though, guys, I do have nostalgia for this collection. I think my older brother had this collection, and I used to play it sometimes on PS2. So I'm gonna keep it just for nostalgia. But yeah, I don't need this collection, honestly. This is one I could sell, guys. RoboCop. I'm not going to, just because I really like RoboCop. The game is awful, though. I've beaten it. It's so bad. It's not a good game at all. What else have we got, boys? Half-Life, that's not going anywhere. Sims 2 is a weird one. I loved this game as a kid. Tried to play it last year, just couldn't get into it. Like, I just couldn't, I don't know, it just wasn't, like, it wasn't enjoyable. I'm going to keep it because I've got nostalgia, but I could easily get rid of that one. Okay, guys, the final PS2 shelf. Okay, so let's go through it. Warhammer, that's an awesome game. Dino Store, that was a recent pickup that I forgot to tell you guys about. I didn't buy that one long ago at all, and I was meant to put it in the video, and I just completely forgot I bought it, so you guys never knew about that one. I've heard it's not great, but I wanted to give it a chance. This is an okay game. It's not amazing. I tried getting into it. I played it for a video. I didn't have a chance to play it that much for that video because I was running out of time, but I played it a bit since that video, and it's, you know, it's not bad. It's definitely not a bad game, but I don't love it, honestly. I'll probably get rid of this one. Like, it's, again, not a bad game, but I just would be surprised if I play it. The front cover is so awesome. I love the front cover. But yeah, I just don't think I'll play it. Speaking of Terminator games, guys, I could easily get rid of that. Terminator 3 is terrible on PS2, but I've got nostalgia, so I'm going to keep it. I've got, like, really good memories of that game. If you're going to play a good PS2 Terminator game, it's got to be this one. Terminator Redemption is awesome.
Yes.
This one here, guys, is a really weird one. 25 to Life. Now, I bought this game for £2 at the London gaming market, and I think it's, like, quite expensive. I don't know how much it is, but it's definitely more than £2. It's not bad, but it's not good either. Like, it's really, like, this game is one of the shortest games I've ever played. It's like less than 2 hours long, and it's just okay. But at the same time, I didn't hate my time with this game, and I also could maybe see myself replaying it because it is so short. So I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep that one. Again, no, I could get rid of it. There's a lot of games here I probably could get rid of, but I don't know. Just there's always that one element that makes me want to keep it. Okay, guys, I think we're pretty much done with PS2. Like, I've gone through pretty much everything here, and I'm not really, like, nothing's jumping out at me that I want to get rid of. There's games here that you guys are probably like, oh, Majel, why do you want that game? Like, for example, I don't know, The Great Escape. Like, you know, why have I got that? I've just got nostalgia for that. My mum bought me that, like, for a present. Like, she just randomly bought me that game and just brought it home, and I was like, oh, thanks, Mum. Never watched the movie, but I don't know, I just got fond memories. Fantastic Four as well, guys. Pretty terrible game, but it was one of my first PS2 games I got. I got it for Christmas. I've just got nostalgia, so that's why I'm keeping that one. This is one here as well, guys. I would be surprised if I ever play again. TY the Tasmanian Tiger. It's okay, but it's definitely not my favorite 3D platformer. There's definitely better platformers out there. I've beaten it, and like I said, I probably wouldn't ever play this game again, but I just got, like, a weird memory with this game that I just kind of am fond of. I just remember playing this game one day, like when I played it I think it was last year I played it, and I'm just, don't know, I just got a nice memory with that, so I'll keep it. This is another one here, guys, alright, Worms 3D. Now, is the game the best game ever made? I'm pretty sure it's not, but I've got a really, really hilarious memory with this game. We went to Queen Elizabeth Park, and I was with my brother, and he really needed a shit. Like, he was trying to hold this shit in, and he couldn't be bothered to go to the toilet for some reason. The toilet was a bit of a hike, but, you know, it wasn't that far away, and he went for a shit in the woods, and he didn't want me to tell mum and dad for some reason. My older brother decided to bribe me with this game. He was going to get rid of this game and sell it, but he said he'd let me have it if I wouldn't tell mum and dad.
Well, maybe this'll help.
I really don't think I should.
Yeah, you still don't think so?
So that's why I've got this game. This isn't the original copy. I don't know what happened to the original copy, but yeah, just I don't know, I've got a weird memory with that. Alright, guys, out of all those PS2 games, only 2 enter the selling pile, so not too many games. Right, moving on then, guys, to the PlayStation 3. Now, out of all of my consoles, this is probably the console I need to get rid of the most for, because I'm running out of space. I literally haven't got a single bit of room, really. I could maybe get some games up here, I think. You wouldn't be able to see them. No, I could squeeze games up there, but you wouldn't be able to see them, so not ideal. But yeah, I basically just need some more room for PS3, so if I can get rid of some stuff here, then I definitely will. But thinking about it, I don't think there's anything that's jumping out at me that I want to get rid of. I'm sure if I look long enough, I'll find something, but I just kind of like my PS3 collection. There's nothing that I really dislike, at least that I can think of. But we might as well go through it, guys. Okay, starting off along the top, we've got Splatterhouse. That was not a cheap game, so we're definitely not getting rid of that one. Doom 3. Evil Within and Tomb Raider, we'll keep those. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas, Ghostbusters. Okay, so far nothing that I want to get rid of. There's nothing that's jumping out at me. No, I want all of that. Borderlands, Portal 2, Duke Nukem, Wet, Killer is Dead. Yeah, I want all of those. Okay, we're not off to the best start here, guys. Like, these games I want. The Call of Duty games, I want those. Like, I just like the campaigns. Like, I could easily get rid of, like, for example, Advanced Warfare. I do not like Advanced Warfare. This game absolutely sucks. But I could maybe see myself replaying that campaign. Oh, I forgot Kevin Spacey was in this game. Maybe I won't play that campaign. Got Avatar the game. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really love the Avatar movie. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. But apparently the game is really good. So I kind of want to keep that. I could get rid of this one, guys. Okay, Oblivion. I'd be surprised if I play it. I only bought it because I saw it for £1 at a car boot sale. I think it was last year. I think I did a video and I talked about it. I don't know, maybe I would play it though. That's the thing, like, I don't want to say for certain I'm not going to play that game. I could play it, you know, I just don't know. Oh shit, lads, I think we found one. Alright, this game I did not like at all. Like, I would be shocked if I replay this one. If I can get it out. There we go, Terminator Salvation. I played it, I beat it, I didn't like it. It was really shit. I'll probably get rid of that. That's not a good game. We'll get rid of that one. GTA, we of course want those. Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal is a game I really wanted to get into, and I'm so bad. Like, I'm so bad at this game. I think it's really cool, but I absolutely suck at it. So I got stuck on it really early. Sly Cooper, I love Sly Cooper. I love that. I love those games. They're not going anywhere. Singularity, that's underrated as hell. That's such a good first-person shooter. Medal of Honor, we're keeping those. The Lego games. The Lego games is a bit of a weird one. Lego Batman 2, because I could... The thing is with Lego games, guys, is I ideally, my, like, sort of ideal place to play Lego games is portably. Like, I would definitely want to play this game portably, and you can get it for the PS Vita. And I do love my PS Vita, so I would love to get this game for that. So I'd be tempted to get it on there. The only thing is sometimes the PS Vita versions of these games is different. So I'd need to look up if the version of this is better or worse, like on the Vita. If the PS Vita version is like for like, then I will honestly probably get rid of that one, because I just don't need that. I'd rather have it for the Vita, and it's pretty cheap on there. But I definitely will be keeping that one, alright? Lego Batman 1, that's not going anywhere. That game is fucking brilliant on PS3. We got the Lego Star Wars game there as well. We got this one here, guys. That is apparently a really shit game, but like I said, I do want to kind of keep the Star Wars games. We've got Godzilla as well. I've just noticed that is definitely not going anywhere. This game is underrated. I know it's expensive, but it's such a good game. Is it worth the money? Probably not. But if you're a big Godzilla fan, especially like the older movies, that game is fantastic. I bought a game for like £120, which is not cheap, but it's a lot more expensive now. Alright guys, moving on. These are like all sort of recent pickups here. So Body Count, that was a very recent pickup. Face Breakers, I was disappointed with that game. I was expecting that game to be really fun, and I was a bit disappointed, because I do love a good boxing game. This game, I looked up reviews for, like, after buying it. Apparently, it's really bad, but I feel like I've got to give it a chance. Got a Sonic game there. That should be with Sonic Generations. I don't know why that's been moved. That's better. That's much more like it. Homefront, that was recent. So yeah, all of these are recent pickups, so they're not going anywhere. This one though is not is not too unrecent, but it is a bad game and I would be willing to get rid of. Okay, Thor, God of Thunder. I wanted to like this game, but it's not good. Like, it just isn't a good game, so that can be added to the sell pile. Ridge Racer 7, that is fantastic. This game right here, I cannot believe the price for. Like, I genuinely am shocked. Damn! I've still got my receipt for it here, guys, okay? I paid £15 for this game. I can't remember how much this game was when I looked, but it's, like, really expensive now. I genuinely can't believe how expensive this game is. It's a brilliant game, don't get me wrong, but is it worth that price? I'm not sure. That is too expensive for my liking. Right, moving on then, boys. What else have we got? The Resistance Trilogy. I love those games. I've got a few Assassin's Creeds on the PS3. I've got most of them on PS4, but I've got a few of them for PS3. Like, the original, I don't think has any remasters, so I think I have to have that game here. That does have a remaster, but I just kept the PS3 version. Same with Rogue. The thing is, I don't hate Assassin's Creed 3 and I don't hate Rogue, but I didn't feel like I needed PS4 versions of those games. Black Flag, I love that game so much, I wanted to play that on PS4, and the same with like AC2 and stuff, because, you know, it's some of the better ones. Dead to Rights. I love the Kane Lynch games. These games are, especially Kane Lynch 2, is really underrated. Syndicate, that's a decent game. Tekken 6, I don't like Tekken 6, guys. I'm a Tekken 6 hater. I love Tekken, but Tekken 6 is probably one of my least favorite. I didn't like Tekken Tag 2 either, but because I've got all the other Tekken games, I just feel like I need to keep them. Devil May Cry, I haven't, do you know what, boys, I'm really bad. I have never played a Devil May Cry game before. I need to. My older brother's telling me all the time, play Devil May Cry, you need to, because he's a big fan, and I just haven't had time to play it. I could easily play it, but I just haven't. I need to do that at some point. Prince of Persia, do you know what, boys? This one right here, underrated. Loved that game. That got hate, but I think that's a brilliant game. Arkham Origins there. Love a bit of Arkham Origins. Alice Madness Returns is a good game. That game is really weird, though. It's not cheap, but it's a weird one. Moving on then, boys. Remember Me. Now, that's one that's This is a tricky one, guys, because I've beaten this game and it's not bad. It's okay. It's ironic the title is called Remember Me, and it's honestly one of the most forgettable games ever made. But yeah, the only reason I want to keep it, guys, is Capcom, alright? I could see this game being like 30, 40 pounds one day just because it's a Capcom game that's a bit obscure, and Capcom games just seem to retain their value. I don't know how much this game sells for these days. It could already be sort of 20 to 30 pounds, probably not. I'd imagine it's sort of like 10 pounds. I'm gonna keep it because I'd be really annoyed if I sell it now and then it's worth like a crazy amount of money one day, and then of course I'll want to replay it again or something. This one right here, guys, I could probably get rid of, Shaun White Skateboarding. I played this game back in the day and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, and then I went back to it like a few years ago, just had a little go on it. I wasn't going to play the whole thing, I just wanted to retry it again, and I just didn't like it at all. I was like, why did I like this game? You know, I'm going to get rid of it, guys, because I need the space for PS4. I need the space. This one right here, guys, was a disappointing one. I'm going to keep it because I didn't hate it, but Genji Days of the Blade, I love the original Genji on PS2. It's such a great game. The second one was disappointing, though. Going to keep it because it's not bad, but I was expecting it to be better. Like, it's a lot worse than the original. Ratchet and Clank game there, Orange Box, Mega Collection, Sega Mega Collection. This is an interesting one, guys. I bought this game because I didn't have a Mega Drive at the time. I now have a Mega Drive, so do I need this game? What's it got on there? Sonic 1, 2, and 3, Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3, Echo the Dolphin 1 and 2, Golden Axe 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's a lot of games on here. Like, there's definitely no shortage of games. But the thing is, the only game on here that I could really see myself wanting this game for is Streets of Rage 3. I want the game for the Mega Drive, but it's not cheap on Mega Drive. The rest of the games I will probably buy on Mega Drive, like that I want, you know. The thing is, I probably will just one day buy Streets of Rage 3. Like, not anytime soon, but I'm sure I will get it one day, you know, when I want to pay that kind of money. I'm going to get rid of it, guys. I'm going to get rid of it, because honestly, I'm just going to get the originals, I think. Dishonored, Enslaved, Murdered. That's a really cool game, guys. You don't hear a lot of people talk about that one. I'm just spilling all my games everywhere. But yeah, that's a really decent game, to be fair, guys. I like that. Dante's Inferno, Dead Island. I like the MotorStorm games. Haven't got the original MotorStorm, because I went back to MotorStorm 1, and I didn't really love it. So I got rid of that, but I've kept the second and the third one. Deus Ex, that's an awesome game. Need for Speed The Run, most underrated Need for Speed game. I love Need for Speed The Run. Oh God, I'm just spilling everything. This one, okay, right, these two right here, guys, I would be willing to get rid of. All right, Bloodstone 007 and Quantum of Solace. Now, Quantum of Solace, I hear all the time is like a really good James Bond game, and it's honestly the most mid James Bond game I've ever played. It's not bad, but it's just basically a Call of Duty, but with James Bond. It's so mid.
See, I didn't know I came here to be disrespected.
Bloodstone is much better, but this is meant to be one of the best James Bond games, and it's still, like, just okay. If I'm going to play a James Bond game, alright, 007 Nightfire all day, every day. That game is so good. So, do I need these two games? No, I don't. I could honestly let go of both of them, and I wouldn't lose sleep over it. The only reason I kind of want to keep them is if I one day do a best and worst 007 video, which I could do one day. Like, I definitely would be up for it, because I do like the James Bond movies. I'm going to keep them for that reason. They've just about survived. So yeah, guys, I think that does it for the PS3 collection. Honestly, I was really trying to look for games to get rid of, and I couldn't find many. We got 5 in total. I won't lose sleep over any of those 5. Okay, guys, moving on to probably one of my smallest collections, the Mega Drive collection. There's nothing here. There's nothing I want to get rid of. I kind of want to keep all of these. Alien 3, I like that game. It's not the best game ever, but I do like it. I haven't played this one yet, Chuck Rock, but I do want to. Streets of Rage is one of my favorite games of all time. That's definitely not going anywhere. Robocop, Terminator, yeah, just iconic, absolutely fantastic game. The only reason I would maybe get rid of it is my copy of it is really bad. Alright, so it's not a good copy, it's like ripped along the top, so I would maybe get like a replacement for it, but we'll keep it for now. You know, we'll keep it for now. Terminator, yeah, we'll keep that. I do like the Terminator, and of course, oh, I've dropped a Funko Pop down there. Rocket Knight Adventures. Haven't played this yet, but I really want to. Right, guys, onto the PSP. Now, the PSP is a tricky one because I have got literally no space. Like, I've got space for one more game, and there is a game that I do own that's going there. So, Basically, I literally haven't got a single space for PSP. So if I can get rid of PSP games, I'll be happy. I don't think there's much here, but maybe we can find something. Right, so Assassin's Creed Bloodlines, nope. Killzone, no. Motorstorm, definitely not. That's a great game. Call of Duty, no. Tokobot. Okay, that's one I could maybe get rid of here. Worms, Open Warfare. The thing is with Worms is, if I'm going to play Worms, it's going to be the OG. I just love the original Worms. So, do you know what? I'd be up for getting rid of that one. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. We don't need it. I've got the original Worms. That's all I need, really. Moving on, guys, we've got Ghost Rider. That's an underrated game, honestly. I really like that. Coded Arms. That's another really good game. Ridge Racer, no. Sims 2. Got nostalgia for that. Lego Batman. That's a Christmas present. Simpsons game. That's really good on PSP. This is good. I played this recently, guys. I was pleasantly surprised by this because I was under the impression that all the non-Team Silent Hill games are not good, but this one was good. Capcom Classics, no. Rocky Balboa, I really like this game. I know it's not the best game ever, but honestly, I quite like that one. Crush, that's a good game. Omnia 2. Okay, so this is an interesting one, guys. I don't need this game because I've got the PS3 version. In fact, I played this game on PSP, and I hated the controls so much on PSP that I ended up buying the PS3 one. All right, it's down there. You can't see because of the focus. I kind of want to keep it just because, I don't know, I just like Metal Gear, and I kind of just want to have it, just to have it, really. But I don't need it, because if I ever play that game again, I'm playing it on PS3 because it's a lot better on PS3. But I'm going to keep it. I know I don't have the space, but I just kind of want it. I don't want to get rid of it. I'm attached to it. Portable Ops, haven't played that yet. Hopefully the controls aren't as bad in this one. They probably are, though. Def Jr. Honestly, Def Jr., really good game. I really like that. I haven't played the second one yet, but the first one was brilliant. Love that game. FIFA Street 2, guys. That's just an amazing game on PSP. This is good. I really like that game. It's a really fun arcade racer. Haven't played this one, Dead to Rights Reckoning. I've not played a single Dead to Rights. Oh, no, tell a lie. I played Dead to Rights on PS3. That game's really expensive now for some reason. Bought that game for like £3, and it's like way more money now on PS3. Crazy Taxi. This comes with Crazy Taxi 1 and 2, and again, I'm not a big fan of Crazy Taxi, so thing is, if I'm gonna play Crazy Taxi, it's gonna be on PSP. That's the kind of console I'd like to have this game for, is to, just to have a little bit of fun portably. It's not a game I want to sit there for 2 hours and play, but it's one that you can play for, 30, 40 minutes at most. So I kind of want to keep that. Medal of Honor, want those. GTA, I definitely want those. This is one I could get, but then again, I did say I want to collect the Star Wars games. I didn't like this though. I really couldn't get into this one. Love the Battlefront games, but this is my least favorite Battlefront game. I'm gonna keep it though, because again, I am collecting the Star Wars games. So Lethal Alliance is pretty mid. I could get rid of that, but again, Star Wars. This, oh god, I love this. I love Underground 2. It's just, it's one of my favorite games of all time, and the PS3 version is somehow even better technically than the PS2 version. I definitely prefer the PS2 version because of the controls, but this is actually a better version. Like, you've got more levels on this, so it's a really impressive port, honestly.
Oh god, it's so good.
Project 8, I don't love Project 8, but I did like it on PSP. I think it's pretty good on there. Need for Speed, I kind of want to keep those. Tekken 6, I don't love Tekken 6, but if I'm going to play Tekken 6, it's going to be on the PSP. I think the PSP version is pretty good. Tekken Dark Resurrection. Patapon, this is a weird game, but I really like it. Daxter, not played Dax, I've heard it's so good, and I haven't played it yet. Jak and Daxter on PSP, we definitely want that. Little Big Planet. Loco Roco 1 and 2, Burnout Legends, yeah, these are all games I really want, guys. Resistance, the God of War games I love. God of War Ghost of Sparta is a brilliant game. Miami Vice, this game is really good. I actually really like this game for some reason. So it's a game that's surprisingly good. Infected, haven't played it. I don't know if it's good, so I kind of want to keep it. And then last but not least, we've got Midnight Club 3, and we've got Manhunt 2. Manhunt 2 I definitely want. Midnight Club 3 I've got on PS2, so I could get rid of the PSP version. I'd be up for it. I wouldn't be because I don't need it portably. I don't need it. I've dabbled with it, and the frame rate's not amazing on PSP, so there's one good reason I could get rid of it. Do you know what, boys? We don't have a lot of PSP. There's only 2 games that we've gotten rid of if I get rid of this. So do you know what? I'm going to add it, because I need the space. Like, literally, I've got no space at all for PSP, so don't really have a lot of choice. Well, I do, but, you know, I'd have to move it somewhere else, and I don't know where else I can put PSP. Right, guys, moving on to the PS Vita, and I'll just save you guys the suspense. I'm keeping all of these, all right? I'm keeping every single one. I really love collecting for the PS Vita, and it's not an easy thing to do, let me just say. It's a really hard system to get games for. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep these because it took me this long to get this collection. If I start selling everything, then, you know, we're back to square one, basically. Not every single game on my PS Vita is going to be a 10 out of 10. I've accepted that. I'm not going to love every single game here, but they're all games that, you know, I like. There's nothing here that if I've played it, I don't hate any of these, you know? Like, you got games like Everybody's Golf. Now, is it my favorite game of all time? No, I don't care for golf. The thing I like about golf is Happy Gilmore. I like Happy Gilmore, and that's it.
Son of a bitch, Ball, why didn't you just go home? That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me! Suck my white ass, Ball!
So I don't need this game, but it's okay, and, you know, it's just one to have for the collection, so I'm keeping it. Right, guys, we have got one more system, and that is the PS4. I do need the space, not gonna lie. I've not got a great deal of space. I've got a little bit, but not a lot. The good thing about PS4, though, guys, is there's not a lot of PS4 games I want. I've got most of what I want, so we'll go through it, and, you know, we'll just have a look. You know, if there's something I want to get rid of, I will. Hello, Freddy. Hello. What are you doing, boy? Oh, Freddy. What are you doing? What are you doing? Freddy! What are you doing? Right, let's go through it then, boys. The Wolfenstein games, we want those. Final Fantasy. I don't like Final Fantasy at all, guys. Like, I'm not into them. But I actually like Final Fantasy 15 because I like the camping in that game for some reason. Just thought it was cool vibes. I liked it. I just enjoyed that aspect. Dishonored, we want those. Dying Light. Jump Force is bad, alright. I've got these PS4 games really wedged in, so I'm just gonna take a game out so I can. Oh, come on, there we go. Right, I'll just put that there. So now I can get them out. But yeah, Jump Force, not a good game, but I do love the roster here. Like the roster is mad, alright. You got Naruto characters, you got One Piece characters, you got fucking Death Note in there. Like, it's a good roster, so that's the only reason I'm keeping it. Ollie Ollie, oh god, I love the Ollie Ollie games. What an amazing skateboarding game. It's just so much fun. Sleeping Dogs is iconic. Tekken 7. Oh god, this game. Should I get rid of this? I hate this game. I do not. This is my least favorite kill. I love Killzone, but I fucking hate this game. But I've got all the other Killzone games, so it bothers me. It would bother because if you've got a whole subset, then I feel like I should keep it just for that reason. But I really do not like this game at all. I hated this game. I'm gonna get rid of it. Do you know what? Fuck the subset. I'm getting rid of it. I'll keep all the others, but that can go. Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh, this is a tricky one, guys. My camera's about to run out of battery. I've got to make this quick, guys. If I'm gonna get rid of the second one, I could get rid of the first one. Oh, I don't fucking know. I'll put it in the maybe pile. I don't know. I'm running out of time here. Akami, Evil Within 2, Dead Rising, Ratchet & Clank. Okay, I want all of that. We Happy Few, White Day. Just 2. Okay, I want all of those, guys. Call of Duties, I want. FIFA, Cyberpunk, Outlast. I could maybe get rid of Battlefield Hardline, but no, I'll keep hold of that. Oh, this one I will get rid of, guys. Beyond the what's it called? Ginger, Beyond the Crystal. I bought this game and then I changed my mind on it, and then yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of it. It just looks really shit. Right, Hitman. Again, same thing here as well, guys. If I'm going to get rid of Hitman 3, then I could quite easily lose Hitman 1 and 2. But then again, that makes me want to change my mind on the games, you know? Like, I've put them in the maybe pile already, and now I'm thinking, do I take them out? I think I'm going to keep Hitman 3. I'm starting to change my mind on that. Like, I could get rid of it. I don't need it. I'm not going to play it right now, but I kind of want it. Like, it's just one of those. Horizon Forbidden West, do I keep it? I think I'm still going to get rid of Horizon Forbidden West. My dog is laying on me. What are you doing, boy? What are you doing? Right, guys, in conclusion, I'm going to keep the Hitman games, but we're going to sell the Horizon games, because I just really, like, I like the gameplay, honestly, but the characters and the story are so boring that I really would be surprised if I ever play them games again. Next up, guys, we've got Thief. That's a game I could get rid of, but it's okay. It's not amazing. Terminator Resistance, that's an awesome game. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I need to revisit that. I didn't love it when I originally played it, but I'm going to do a video on those games at some point, the Mirror's Edge games. This is a shit game. It is shit. It is really shit. I love Tokyo Ghoul, but this game is really shit. I'm gonna get rid of it. It's just not good. It's not a good game. Agents of Mayhem, guys. This is a game I bought day one.
I immediately regret this decision.
And it's not great. Well, it's definitely not great. It's okay. It's not the worst game ever, but yeah, it's not exactly a very expensive game anymore. So I shouldn't have bought that, really. Anyway, moving on, guys. Moving on, Yakuza. We definitely want the Yakuza games. Far Cry. I love Far Cry Primal. Is awesome. I mean, you guys even see that? That's an awesome game. Infamous, Star Wars. We'll keep the Star Wars games. Like I said, I am collecting the Star Wars games when I can. Little Nightmares we definitely want now, because we're going to get rid of the Switch ones. Journey, Days Gone, yeah, we like all of those, okay. Right, last but not least, guys, we've got the Assassin's Creed games. I'm playing a lot of these at the minute for a video. I'm going to be doing an Assassin's Creed video next month. Don't love Origins. Like, Origins is where Assassin's Creed just stopped being Assassin's Creed. So I'm not a big fan of Origins, but we love a bit of Black Flag. We do love a bit of Black Flag, and you know what? Assassin's Creed Syndicate is not as bad as everyone says. I actually like that game. Some of my games have fallen out here, guys. Borderlands, we want. Inside and Limbo, we want. I actually like this Spider-Man. Like, this Spider-Man was decent. The Spider-Man 2 was not bad, but this one is way better, so I'm keeping that one, definitely. Just Cause, they're good fun. Uncharted, GTA, Watch Dogs, Hollow Knight. I feel like Hollow Knight's a game I probably will hate, because it'll be hard, but I need to actually give it a chance. Crash Bandicoots, we want them. Outer Worlds, Cosmic Shake, SpongeBob, It Takes Two. It Takes Two is a weird one, because I have played it and I have beaten it. Like, I played it with a mate. Will I ever play it again, though? Probably not, honestly, because it's more trying to find someone to play it with, and I just can't see myself revisiting it with anyone else other than the mate I've already played it with. So I'm going to get rid of It Takes Two, because I bet you it trades for a little bit. And those are the final games there, guys. I definitely want Judgment, and I like those Tomb Raider games. So I think that's it, guys. That is every game that I've been through. This took way longer than I thought it would, honestly, guys. I didn't think I was going to go through it that extensively, but I kind of got a little bit carried away. But yeah, this is the pile, guys, of games that I'm probably going to get rid of unless I change my mind. But I'm quite certain that I'm going to trade every single one of those in. There's a couple of games here that, you know, if they don't trade for enough, like, if It Takes Two trades for £2, then I'm keeping it, you know? If Ghostwire Tokyo doesn't trade for a lot, I'm keeping it. But providing that the trade value is at least okay on those games, they're going to get traded, and then everything on this side, I am going to trade, alright? I'm pretty certain that all of these are getting traded. There's my dog again, because he wants attention, don't you, boy? Anyway, guys, that was something a little bit different, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed me going through my game collection and selling stuff, okay? I hope the clickbait didn't annoy you too much. Anyway, guys, I'll let you guys go because I've been talking for way too long. My voice is hurting at this point because I'm just talking and talking and talking. See you guys in the next one. Subscribe if you're new. All right, peace.